costumes, now did they? What do? They all wear leotards. They imitate cats. Should be very big hit with cat lovers. We have over 500,000 cats in New York, and I think that alone should assure in a long run. And let's see, I want to talk about a bargain now. How about getting you people tickets for the Broadway shows at half price? But mind you, this is only for the day of the performance. You can't reserve. You're not going to get cats. You're not going to get Lepage or Paul. Forget about it. It's just one block ahead of it. It's the first one to be the Marble Collegiate Church. It's the church with a sides, 3 stories high, 26.5 feet in diameter, has a minute hand that weighs 1,000 pounds, and the minute hand moves 1 foot every single minute. Makes the time now 17 feet after 11. Is that correct? By that one? All right, now see this little triangular-shaped building to your left? That's called the Flatiron Building. The reason, because it's shaped like an old-fashioned flatiron. So what's so important? Where did he take his first oath of office? Silence. British. Republic of Australia. You may know the name of it. Don't worry about Greenwich Village. 14 years ago, all of the village will think you're real in. As we now take you into Bleecker Street, named after a farmer. But anybody here like to, of course, wants to be obliging. He says, Mr. Sinatra, we want to close, so take them out to the car and slips a guy a $100 bill. We haven't picked up any speed now, have we? You know why? We still do things the old-fashioned way. We screw them together. Like when you were a kid, you played with the record set? Into the coffee house district next. Those were the old days. That's the Manhattan Bridge to your left. We'll see more of that later. You call China. That's what I find interesting about my city. I cross the street, it's like leaving another country. We're in a whole other country. And, it looks like a church, no? Architect, Gilbert. And our oldest public building next is 1,350 feet. They got 43,600 windows. They got over 7,000 commodes. You know why? 50,000 people work there. How many live in your hometown? And this is Broadway we now travel. Here is where we give our ticket tape parades, like for the Olympic athletes. Now they ticket tape parade for those people, we had to import our ticket tape. You know why? Everything's being done in computers these days. Couldn't throw those out the window, could we? So that's why you don't see too much ticket tape. I'm going to take you now into the financial district of Merrill Lynch. And then to your left, sculpture by Noguchi of Japan, to your left. Japanese, Noguchi, to your left. Okay? And for the French, to your left, the white one by Dubuffet. Left. And the New York Stock Exchange is on Wall Street, to your left, the most famous street in the world, Wall Street. You'll see a bronze door with a light on it, to your left. That's the wall there in the 17th century to keep their cows inside, the Indians outside. The British tore it down 1699. That's why they called it Wall Street. And it was here, south of Wall Street, the Dutch had the colony they called New Amsterdam. And with that, I'll give you a free old customs house. The architect was Gilbert, remember him from the Woolworth Building. You see those statues in the front? Done by Daniel Chester French. He did Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. He did the Minuteman statue. His father was Assistant Secretary of the Interior. That's why you see so many. And just ahead of you, the South Seaport Museum for Boats. Notice the red one, that's a retired Staten Island ferry. The PT, largest four-masted schooner afloat. And the famous Brooklyn Bridge ahead of you, opened 1883, after nearly 14 years of construction. And upon opening, this bridge was announced to be an engineering marvel, the eighth wonder of the world. Today, we really consider it to be the most beautifully designed suspension bridge of all. You'll observe the Gothic towers and spiderweb construction, and that was built long before the invention of the automobile. In fact, everything on that bridge is handmade. Nuts, bolts, everything. The body of water you're viewing to the right is called the East River. It's not a true river. It's a tideland estuary. It connects Long Island Sound with Upper New York Harbor. That's where you view the Statue of Liberty. And by the way, Brooklyn to your right is attached, of the four boroughs, I should say, only one attached to the mainland, the Bronx, the Vine. Chapel by Boswell, privately owned in the world. The owner is the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company. Everybody shows you their headquarters at 23rd Street with the big clock. And ahead of you to your right, built right out on the water, a privately built housing development called the Waterside on Ed, who wants to give us another rate increase. We were very afraid that they would not give us this rate increase, because if not, we could lose our position as number one in the nation on energy rates, and we would hate to lose our number one position. And maybe that's why they got that word con written in there, could be too. And here's United Nations to your right. Secretariat Building, 39th story is high to your right. The small one to your right. The Don Thomas Gold Research Library, a gift of the Ford Foundation. One day I organized a big male liberation demonstration, went in there and liberated the place, guys, right? We'll have no sexual discrimination to UN. It was done by Barbara Breckman. Barbara Breckman of Britain. And the General Assembly is approaching next to the right. If you look to your left, you see a big aluminum monument in honor of Ralph Bunche, Nobel Peace Prize winner. By the way, the flags of the General Assembly are flown in alphabetical order, but they rotate them. So nobody gets first prize all the time. You know, these nations get very uptight about these things. Was it the shape of the peace table in Paris? Remember that one? How long that took to resolve? By tomorrow, they'll fly the flag of your nation if you are a member. Left, United States missions in the U.S. King Johnny Carson, that was 2 marriages ago. And said his wife can't get by on $46,000 a month. Can't make ends meet. This must be some new grandchild. Your left, 4 children. And interesting to observe when they built the park, how they made the streets that crisscross it go beneath the level of the surface. This way, when one is walking in the park, you don't see the cars driving. It's film, just 1 block up.
Such great effort and expenses to throw it out. Perhaps in a few hundred years, my opinion, never. In fact, let's say the trees in here, the lean and all, they call this place people be finished. They're little in-praise for the whole thing. Now, if you go back to the rear, look at that.
He came up here happily thinking, now at last, I'm on my way to India. Right? Wrong. Poor guy had a